Okay, welcome to our first class that we have via online. We're going to start with our content from Face to Face second edition for beginners, and this is the welcome section. And I'm your instructor for the course, Mr. Joey Walker. I'm welcoming all of my students that I see face to face. So in this case, face to face using face to face second edition, we're going to basically help you throughout the course, some with some extra notes here. So as we begin, let's start. First thing that we need to do is review some greetings. Whenever we try to greet somebody, we always use either the start off hi or hello. What would be the difference? The main difference between hi and hello, it's hi, it's a bit more informal, whereas hello is more formal. You can say hi, Sunny, hi, Zuzi, hi, Johnny, whereas you use hello to say hello, boss, hello, Mr. Robinson. So this, in this case, it's a little more formal. We can continue for a section and say good morning. That would be during the early time of the day. We have good afternoon. We use that afternoon. That will be at 12 p.m. And we have good evening. Using good evening, that would be by the time that the daylight is over. That will be when it gets dark. Could be good evening at 7, at 8, at 9. So, to continue with this, we use how are you? We can continue with either how are you or any other standard questions for greeting, like how are you doing? How's it going? How do you do? How have you been? And what's up? Totally informal. We can say what's up. So when we say hi, good morning, how are you? Or hi, good afternoon, how's it going? We can mix and match whichever section that we are using. We can say either hi or hello, or according to the time of the day, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. You can use either one of these questions. How are you? How are you doing? How's it going? How do you do? How have you been? And what's up? Either one of them is basically the same. We're expressing a greeting. We don't need to translate that. So whenever we answer that, the standard textbook answer that we get is fine, thanks. And you? My recommendation in regards of this is that we don't have to use it that much. Try to be a little more versatile and use a little more of your vocabulary. The more vocabulary that you use and the more um, variety you have there, it shows that you are more prepared, even though that you may have a little more limited speech capabilities, it will show otherwise. So we can say, instead of fine, thanks, and you, we can use great and yourself, or how about you? Or so so, how about yourself? I've been better. We use so so and I've been better or been better when we're not having a very good day. But on the other hand, we can say fine, great, excellent, marvelous, fantastic, in any other situation that you can think of. Now, whenever we use this, we use black ink to establish the start off of the conversation as a line for one person. So the one in red ink, it's showing that is basically the answer from a second person. We see fine, thanks, and you, which is the standard that I don't recommend. That's the textbook, the content that we already know and master, and we use a lot. So I would strongly suggest that we diversify this. So taking it from the top again, we say hello. How have you been? The answer would be great. How about yourself? If you repeat the same answer, you can say, well, great too. But if you don't want to repeat it, you can say excellent, fantastic, marvelous, thanks. Either one is fine, or if you've had a rough day but you don't want to go into detail, you can say so so, been better. Okay, now we can say that whenever we're talking to someone that we know, someone that is an acquaintance of ours. But if we have a person that we know and this person is accompanied by somebody else, we can say, oh, after the greeting, oh, do you know John? Do you know Peter? Or have you met Enrique? Have you met Susan? The answer for do you know? So the answer with do, we answer with do. So we either you say, yes, I do, or no, I don't. If the answer is yes, I do, basically what we do is greet again. So after you greet someone and say, oh, do you know Peter? Yes, I do. Hi, Peter. How's it going? Great, thanks. How about yourself? Great, excellent. Then that would be the end of the conversation. Same here. We say, have you met Stefano or Stephen? Let's say, have you met Stephen? Yes, I have. Hi, Stephen. How's it going? Oh, no, I'm doing great. It's been great. Whatever. So that will be the end of the conversation. But if we do not know the person, we can say, no, I don't. Do you know Peter? No, I don't. Have you met Susan? No, I haven't. So you say the name of the two people that don't know each other. So we would say, Peter, this is John. So the answer would be nice to meet you, John, or glad to meet you, John, or it's a pleasure to meet you, John, or it's an honor to meet you, John. In this case, we have level of formality. Nice to meet you is the most standard, whereas it's an honor to meet you is the most formal. The recommendation here is that you tend, or at least we can say the same answer of formality. If they say nice to meet you, you can say nice to meet you too. But if they say glad to meet you can say glad to meet you too. But we're trying to aim always at the same level of formality. If it doesn't have the same level of formality, if it's under, that's the meaning, and that is not cool. We're letting the other person down as it is not that important. So if somebody says, nice to meet you, you can answer, glad to meet you, or it's a pleasure to meet you, or it's an honor to meet you. All right? So we can use nice to meet you, answer after that, glad to meet you, or it's a pleasure to meet you, or it's an honor to meet you. Okay? Or we can just say the same answer, nice to meet you too. Glad to meet you, glad to meet you too. That will be the most standard, all right? So this is how we finish, or like a little quick review from readings and introducing people. We're done with this section, but we have some other sections that we want to go on and working with from this section from our book, from our course book in our class. So we have the numbers. We have numbers 0 through 20, and our course book is from Cambridge University Press, and we're aiming to get a Cambridge certification for our class. So my suggestion is I will tell you the numbers in English, that is American English, and I will tell you the same but in British English. Why? Because some of the audios in the courses there tend to be a little more British or a little more standard, not just American. So because of that, I would like to have that both way of saying them. Let's start with the American way. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, that's American English, the most standard or kind of like it. Uh, I was born near the area of between Chihuahua and Texas, so it's a little more, let's say, Texas, kind of like a southern accent from the Americans, right? But if we go through this with the British accent, we would go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Notice two things. They say two, like the shoe. In this case, the R's, they pronounce it different. They say four instead of four, like the Americans. They use three, extend it a little more, three instead of three. Then there's also eight. They break up the syllables a little more in the British accent. So we have it like this: 11, 12. Here, check the R between the American: 13, and the British way is there's no R practically, so we say 13. 4 instead of 14, they say 14. Instead of saying 20, which is very American, from at least from my part of town where I grew up, and they say 20. They pronounce the T a lot. So they say 15, 14, 17. So keep that in mind whenever we're doing some audio scripts. Okay? Cultural note, whenever we use these numbers with to say phone numbers, they use zero. Both British and Americans, instead of using zero, they use O. But in the audios, the American will say digit by digit. For example, 715-925-3797. On the other hand, the British would use the same number by number except for one situation in which we would have two numbers that are the same together. They would say, for example, 71223945. If they have two numbers that are the same, they would say double, double three, double one, double O, not double zero, but double O. All right, so something to keep in mind whenever we're doing those audio scripts. Now, leaving this aside from the numbers, we have the alphabet. Again, we're going to use the alphabet, but we're going to start off saying it the American way, and then we're going to say it the British way. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now, we're the same but the British one, just like the audio script that we have in our books. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, contrasting British, we have, like we said, the R's. They don't say them, so the American would say R, whereas the British would say R. Doesn't sound the R. The sound sounds like the extension of the vowel R. R. And instead of saying Z, they use Z for instance. So, next topic, and like I said, we're going to go on and ask questions like how do you spell your name? What is your first name? What is your last name? We can say first name, last name, American. Cultural note, we have first name and surname for the British. So the last name and the surname is the same. So keep that in mind. Last name and surname in our textbook, it would be the same. Okay, so let's move on.